It's like on a planet turning in space between all these planets. How could it possibly be without the greatest miracle that ever could be imagined? And on top of that, the miracle that in our human framework, we can forget that. We have the ability to forget and walk on this planet in our little section of the story of our life and completely forget that we're turning in space, in galaxies. It's a miracle that we can forget that and then become aware of it and go, wow. Huh? And that is what waking up is. It's waking up out of this private world when the voice in the head as the reality, waking up as the whole and going, looking at this human with its private world and going, wow. Yeah? And the private world is continuing to carry on, and there is this, wow, this knowing in the midst of it. And it's so happening and not happening. But then if there's not this expanded vision, this becomes very, very real and is the root of suffering and the root of war on that level. Of course, it's all being influenced by greater and greater influences that it couldn't actually be different. Could this moment be any different? And to see the value of that, to see the value of waking up out of that and going, wow, the value of that, what value does that have? Well, I tell you, it makes every single bit of difference to absolutely everything. Although it makes no difference at all. And the value, it comes from you, it comes from your readiness and your readiness to see the value of that in the midst of walking the human. Yeah. Because if I didn't know, I would probably be depressed. If I thought that this life was that thing, it would lose meaning. It would be that. And I guess that I was lucky that that came early, in early years, to say, well, this can't be it, you know, can't be it. If that's it, I'm out of here. Right? So yeah, it's the meaning that you give to it, and many can recognize this, can have the opening, can have the recognition, and yet the value of that is not integrated into the human. So when the human story is running, that's all there is. That's the reality. Yeah. It's within that we come to find the value of this. Because there is a space right in the core, right in the center of what you actually are. There's a space in which to enter that opens into the vastness that is free, is where freedom is. And this can be entered within the deepest pain, within the absolute midst and core of human suffering this can be. And of course, nowadays, there are so many confirming this. It's not like coming from me, it's like, and another one, and another one, and another one, because it's our time. It's our time. Yeah, there's no turning back. It's our time, and the suffering, the pain, is the invitation. It is the place that calls you to look deeper, to want to find the way, to turn your attention towards the question of what is really true. It's within the heart of suffering that you start questioning everything. Because if life is all just rosy and joyful and all those things, there's not often much pull to look for deeper meaning, to question. So there's not value. So anyway, it's not fixed. It's not always like this or always like that. It never is. It's free. And here we are in this exploration, in this walking this way and confirming to each other. Because when one of you expresses something that you move through and that becomes more and more clear and more clarified and freed, another one of you can go, that's the same thing happened to me, and it was like, and then it's confirmed. We confirm to each other, we reflect to each other, we mirror each other, we are of value to each other. Of true value, not just using each other to get something, to make myself more, fill up some empty thing or whatever, but a true value to each other. That we can bring recognition and witnessing and presence to what is one and the same.